All right, y'all, it's time to spin the block. Now, you know Gypsy's tea being hot, but I think these spin the blocks really bring a lot of context. And it also reminds me where I was this time last year. And the thing about me that I think a lot of people may know and some may not is that I commit to things. And when I commit to it, that is something that I set my eye on the prize. And at the end of the day, my eye on the prize is justice for Nicholas GODEJOHN and justice for Dee Dee Blanchard. That is my mission. And I don't stop until I get things done. So, baby, a little jib jab. Just know, I'm going for justice by any means necessary, as long as I have my integrity. Okay, so let's go on and spin the block. Look at this. This is Dee Dee's mom. Look at the date. Hold on. This is Dee Dee. Look at this date. I don't know. Y'all keep saying the world is staged, but something's off. How is that possible? And I don't know if you guys really paid attention to the docuseries because I missed this part where they said that Dee Dee gave her mom something and then like she passed away shortly after that. And allegedly, Dee Dee had said, "Don't hurt me or don't unalive me," or something like that, on the anniversary of her mother's passing. Am I tripping? Is it me? Some ain't right. It's wild. I don't know. What do y'all think? It's just bizarre. And one of my followers sent this to me and it threw me off. Anyway, have the day you deserve. Bye for now. So a lot of you have messaged me about Gypsy Rose. You like the content and all of that. And, you know, I do think it has been a hot topic and it is a great topic to speak on. But I think at this point, my job is done in terms of bringing awareness. The purpose of me really shedding light on Gypsy Rose in this situation was really to shed light on how people can be manipulated. For people who have seen this situation for what it is, they get it, right? And for those of you that haven't yet, there's nothing that I'm going to be able to say to make you see it. So it's within time, or you may never see it, and I'm okay with that, but I shed the light on it, and I wish that everyone sees it for what it is, because it will apply to your everyday life and who you allow into it, and who you allow to manipulate you, and how to not allow someone to manipulate you via social media and for you to see the signs. Because I feel like a lot of people put themselves in other people's shoes, and they put themselves in other people's shoes with their circumstances and not that actual person's circumstances. So they tend to have empathy because of their own past. And yes, I think some people should have empathy and sympathy, and I do think we should care. But I think in this situation, we have all been manipulated, and I think that I really wanted to shed light on that. However, my content isn't I hate Gypsy content. Like, that wasn't the reason for me starting speaking on it. I do want to just shed light on different situations, things that are going on that people really need to know about that hasn't been really put out there. Also, you know, I do notice that a lot of you have been asking me, like, okay, she took down the trailer for her Lifetime series. What do you think is going on? No, I think she is still having her Lifetime series. I think she has a new PR team, and they're like, we really do need to, like, revamp this. We're going to start taking things down slowly and kind of, like, getting your page together and really make you more relatable. Because part of her taking down the trailer is likely them saying, okay, you're not this TV star, you're not this celebrity, you're human, and let's just make this page look more relatable. So I think that's really why, and they're doing right by her. And, you know, regardless whether she's a changed person or not, she really does need to have a better image, and that is the whole purpose of having a PR team. So I don't see anything wrong with that. I actually think that it's a good thing that someone's kind of guiding her on her social media, because that has been her demise this long, and she needs that type of assistance. She needs someone to say, hey, look, this is how things should be done, and you need to go about it this way. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that to light and say this to you guys. So if you're really following me just for Gypsy Rose content, you're probably not gonna like my content, because I'm just shedding light on different things, and it's not anything towards Gypsy Rose or her. It's just the traits, the personalities, things to look out for. And that's where I'm at. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye for now. Okay, Monica, the question that I have for you is, even if this is the case, right? And I'm asking you this because I genuinely want to know, because I'm unsure, right? Should he still be charged as an adult? Should there be no room for redemption? Like, he's only been walking on this earth for 13 years. I I don't know. I don't know what the answer is for this. That's why I'm kind of like, this is a tough case, Monica. You done got me on a case that I'm like, this one is tough. I don't know. But I don't know if I think he should be charged as an adult. Although I know he did an adult crime, I just don't know if I could say at 13 years old, we should lock him away and throw away the key and say there's no possibility for redemption. I don't know. What are y'all's thoughts? Like, do you think that at 13 you should be able to be charged as an adult if you do an adult crime? Do you, like, what do you think? Because I don't, I guess because I also don't evaluate kids like psychologically and stuff like that, and I don't know that his past and what was going on in his home. It makes it really hard to really come up with an assessment. But all that keeps running through my mind is he's only been on this earth 13 years. That's what keeps running through my mind, and that's where my question lies. This is 31-year-old Karina Chindoma. She was a teacher in Florida, and she has been charged with false imprisonment. There was a 7-year-old child that was nonverbal, autistic and nonverbal, that she tied up. Her and her teacher aide tied up and sat on the boy so that he couldn't move. There happens to be footage of this, and they're investigating further. What I'm unsure about is, why was she not charged with child endangerment and just false imprisonment? This is at a school, this is a 7-year-old child. There should be other charges. But also, was this an isolated incident? No. Now, the teacher's aide has a warrant out for their arrest, but hasn't been arrested yet. As of right now, that's what I know. What is going on? The mom did an interview. She was really calm, which, you know, God bless her, because I don't know if I know I couldn't have been that calm if that was my child, especially, you know, my child's nonverbal. Like, those, I don't know, like, there's a special place for people like that. This whole situation is blowing me. Have y'all heard about this? More to come, I'm sure, because this recently has happened. But stay tuned. I will be keeping you guys posted about this as I get more information. Let's talk about Derek Rosa. I watched Nancy Grace speak on Derek Rosa, and I mean, he's a straight A honor student. Everyone said he was very respectful, including the police officers that came to the scene. Teachers, neighbors, everyone says this about him. There's no, there hasn't been up to now any reason why he said he did this. And when they asked him in the interrogation, he said he wanted an attorney. Now, I have a couple of questions. I know that there's legalities to interviewing or interrogating a minor, right? I am sure he wasn't Mirandized correctly. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. As a minor, I feel like they treated him as if he was an adult. I know they did read through everything in the interrogation with him, but, keep in mind, you're still speaking to a 13-year-old. Now, there has to be a very substantial reason that he did this. I'm not saying that committing unaliving your mom is okay, because clearly it's not. But the fact that he wouldn't say the reason, that is alarming to me. I also heard the 911 call, and another thing that was alarming to me about it is it sounded like he was speaking to someone in the background. I don't know if it was on the phone, or it sounded like he was speaking to someone. I don't know. The information that we do have, I feel like isn't very much, but I definitely feel like there is something wrong with this. It seems very much out of character for him. And he said on the phone to 911, was going to unalive myself, but I didn't want to. Like, what happened? Something went wrong, right? I don't know. Honestly, I'm going to tell you guys this. That whole situation, something's off. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone put him up to it. Now, just follow me. And I don't know this for sure. This is all going to be alleged by me. The stepfather allegedly was cheating with him, with another woman. So that in and of itself is odd, right? It's odd that the stepfather was cheating with another woman allegedly, and now the mom passed. But he did not harm his baby sister that was 2 weeks old. So there was a 2-month-old baby in the crib, a 2-week-old baby that was in the crib. The baby was not harmed, and only the mom was. Now, I just really want to keep mentioning this is a 13-year-old boy, because I do feel like in the interrogation, they were aware, but they just really, it didn't really click to the investigators like this is literally a little boy that just turned 13, as in he's closer to 12. He has been 12 a whole lot longer than he's been 13. Well, I mean, obviously, but I mean, he literally just turned 13. You know, even when he took a picture of his mom, obviously she was not alive at the point, and said, you know, I sent it to my friends. Was that bad? Like, he was messed up. Like, he really didn't know what was going on. And that's the part where I'm like, I don't know. I hope he doesn't get railroaded. I know he has a good attorney. I can't remember the attorney's name, but he's a good attorney. But I just feel like it's something's off. And I wouldn't be surprised if it came out that he wasn't Mirandized correctly. Because there, like I said, there's a lot of legalities to interviewing a minor. So that's going to be very interesting coming up. But I think it's more than just him. I really honestly truly do not believe that he just committed this just because. And you know what? Maybe I'm naive. Maybe I'm naive. But I just have a hard time believing that he did this heinous crime and is just so heartless and doesn't care. Because everyone says he was always very helpful to his mom. You know, he really took care of her. He really loved his mom. You know, he was excited for his baby sister. Like, all of these things kind of make you wonder, like, what went wrong? What snapped? Was there a mental health issue? Something's off. I don't know. I mean, have you guys even looked into this? There's something just, I don't know. There's just so much wrong with this. He doesn't seem like the typical kid that unalived his mom. And like I said, I might be wrong. I'm having a hard time with this one. I'm really having a hard time with this one. And I don't feel like I have enough information to really make an assessment. Now, I do know someone in my previous video commented and said that he was in a juvenile. No. If you look it up, he is housed in an adult prison. And the judge said he housed him in an adult prison because of the nature of the crime. And his family wants him in a juvenile, and his family's not happy about him being in an adult jail, basically. Now, his family was asking for him to have bond. What I thought was so bizarre is when the family was asking for him to have bond, they were like, you know, can you just give him another chance? Can he come home? And I'm not saying that the family is delusional, because I don't think they are. I think they really, at that time, they know it's serious, but really didn't grasp how bad this is. Like, he may never come home. You know, it really just depends on what is his defense. You know, like, all of that is just, I don't know, y'all. This case is throwing me for a loop. And I've tried to really research, but I feel like there's not that much out there. Am I wrong? Are you guys seeing more out there? Am I the only one not really seeing much out there? Because I feel like the information that I'm finding is very, 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 very limited. And I've really looked. Like, I have searched. And I'm just not really seeing that much. And of course, he's a minor. And I think, too, him being a minor, normally they don't show a minor's pictures for crimes like this or any other crimes. So that was kind of a little alarming to me to see the picture of him. But what do you think? What do you all think? It's just bizarre. The whole thing is bizarre. And I just don't know what to make of this whole situation. I don't know. I hate the situation for him. And like I said, I don't know if he's right or wrong, but I do know he's a minor. And I feel like that alone kind of makes me feel like I might just be being a little biased because he's a minor. You know, I might be completely wrong, but I just feel like this is a little boy. Damn it. You know, I don't know. It's a really, really crazy situation, and I'm having a hard time with it. I'm really having a hard time with it because I'm just not sure how. I just feel like there's something that we don't know, and I might be wrong completely. But it just seems as if there is much more to this story than we are privy to. It just seems. Because the detectives are saying to him, no, just get it out. Tell us why. That boy said, I need a lawyer. And then I saw one court. I don't know, y'all. I'm thrown for a loop. Anybody on here live in that area of Florida having any inside information? Because I feel like this is very much one of those situations where it's like you'll know if you live in an area kind of what happened or the rumor, but I just don't feel like we're getting enough. And also, I might be finding information in the wrong spots. And a lot of the TikTokers that I've seen speak on this have all been Latina or Latino. So it's been in Spanish. So that's another catch-22 is that I haven't really seen a whole lot of videos about this in English. So, you know, everything I'm reading is really from the news. But, and if someone does, you know, and they've seen someone speak about it, if you can give me some insight, because I still very much, this is the wrong brush, which is why you see me like kind of fanning it out. I still very much feel very lost in this, where I don't really have answers, and I don't like not having answers for you guys, if that makes sense. Like, but I think it's such a situation that someone needs to bring awareness to it, because he's a little boy. And here's the problem, though. The reality is he's a little boy, but he's in Miami, Florida. People are kind of like, oh, he killed his mom, throw away the key. But he's still a little boy. I think people are still really missing the fact that he is 13. Like 13 years old. And I think he's really calm in the interrogation out of shock. Like, just pure shock. But then part of me feels like, okay, was somebody in the house that he was talking to and that person did it and he took the heat for it? Thinking, oh, he's a minor, he won't get anything. What? I don't know, there's more to this. The question is really going to come is there really more to this story? What is really his defense? Because he is a minor, and I don't know. That interview, I think he should have had an attorney present. The interrogation, period. Anyway, I would love for you guys to tap in, because this threw me for a loop. I'm still thrown in a loop for this one. I really don't know what to think, and I'm sure some of my followers have a little more insight than I do. I'm just basically telling you what I know. Bye-bye for now. Y'all remember when Wendy Williams made a bet that Kim and Kanye wouldn't make it 72 days in their marriage? And if they did, she'd eat a crow? Well, rumor has it she hasn't been the same since. And I actually saw the video, and I'm going to show it to you guys. Her eyes almost turned black during the time she ate the crow. So this might actually be true, but let's roll the clip.
Oh, God. Now, I have paired this with a nice Napa Pinot Noir.
You can tell I'm a real fag.
And we have our hot sauce.
My mouth is watering over this. Okay. It's got a nice consistency.
Yeah.
Now we know crows are not the best of luck. And she essentially had everything go downhill ever since. There was a clip not that far before where she was saying her and her husband had a great relationship and he wasn't going anywhere. And she ate the crow, and all of a sudden, everything went downhill. Turns out her husband got someone pregnant, and that's been her demise. And Wendy has not been doing well ever since. Do you think it really has something to do with it? Do you think that was the demise of Wendy Williams? I don't know. I just saw this and it blew me. I do remember when it happened, but I never actually put 1 and 2 together. What are your thoughts? Child, Onijah has went MIA. But I've also heard that she was on a flight from Dubai to JFK. And some people came on there looking like flight attendants and arrested her. I don't know if this is true, y'all. This is what I seen on the internet. I'm just bringing it to y'all, okay? But let's go on and see what's going on right now, because, child, the tea is hot.
Guys, 11:11. I know what 11:11 is now. It is not a verse. It is not some hope or means hope or something. No, 11/11. She told us, I will appear at 11/11. 11/11 is the name of the club she's going to appear at in New York on the 15th. On the 15th. And at 10 p.m. There's an event invite going around on Instagram, and there's going to be DJs also over there. So, guys, the team in New York, Onijah, and the event is called, wait for it, it's called the Princess of Pakistan, Pakistan's Princess, Onijah, live 10 p.m. at 11/11. 11/11 is the name of the club. Where? In New York, and it's on the 15th. So she's apparently going to appear over there. And she said it. She told us. All these things. So guys, to the correspondents in New York, the team in New York, guys, I want live coverage. I want videos. I want to know what is happening at 11/11 on the 15th. At 10 p.m. There's a number also. It's like if you want to make your bookings and everything, it's legit. Like right after this video ends, I'm posting that clip and that graphic. Book your tickets. Go, please go. I want to know what is happening over there. This will be epic. Pakistan's princess. We're handing her over to you.
So let me give you an update on the Onijah situation. So basically, we're all still looking for her. Well, I'm definitely looking for her. There are no new videos, nothing online still. There was a TikToker actually who messaged me earlier on. She went to look for her and she lives in Dera, where Onijah was last seen. And she did ask the police over there, and the police said to her that they did see Onijah yesterday. That was the last time they saw her, and that she was taking pictures with people and everything was fine. And the police think that she left after that. She went back to New York. Now, what is really strange here is there are no new videos of her in New York. I mean, since everyone recognizes her, it's really strange. There are no videos in New York. There are no videos also in Dubai. So she's not in Dubai and she's definitely not in New York. Now, where is she? I checked the time, how long it takes to go from Dubai to JFK, New York, and the flight time is 14 hours. She hasn't been seen for a whole day. 14-hour flight. Could she still be at the airport in New York somewhere stuck? Is she held there under the Mental Health Act? We're not sure. Was she taken to hospital once she landed in New York? And she's in hospital? I mean, somebody would have said this, right? We don't have this information. Is she still in Dubai? The police there are saying she's not there. So where is she? Right now, we don't really have answers. So what we'll do then, we'll give it another 24 hours until we get really worried. Yeah, we'll give it 2 days, I guess 48 hours altogether, and come back to this then, because we don't know where she is. We really don't know. And I think for me the scariest thing is the last video. The last video of her is when she was cursing at that guy and she said that she was gonna burn him with a cigarette. That's the last video of her.
I'm asking the government for 100K in my pocket so I can do real estate. 100K for real estate. 100K for real estate. We are moving to Dubai very soon. We're gonna have our baby in Dubai.
This is a conversation that I wish that I didn't have to have with you all, but I'm going to have to have it. It was brought to my attention that someone on Reddit that follows me, and I know who this person is, stated that Nina is such a Black supporter. Newsflash, I'm a Black woman, and being pro-Black is not anti-anything else. And based off of my content, I feel like that's something you should know. But the fact that you're threatened by me walking in my truth and who I am is disturbing. At the end of the day, I'm a Black woman. I grew up in New York. I went to college in the South. I went to a HBCU. I've always been a Black woman, and I've never denied that, and I've never tried to be anything else other than what I am. I've always stood up and advocated for everyone. It doesn't matter what color of your skin. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what disability you have. I've always stood up for what's right and been against for what's wrong. Me speaking out against oppression or anything that's going on is something that affects my personal life. And it shouldn't be frowned upon for me to speak on who I am. And you shouldn't be offended by that. And the fact that you are, you need to question yourself as to why you are so intimidated by it. Being Black is not like putting on a pair of clothes. You can change it. You can't. You always are and always will be. As a Black woman, I always have to know my history. Because history does repeat itself, I have to be privy to it so I can see what's going on ahead of me, past mistakes and errors, and how to make things better for myself and my community. And the fact that you felt the need to say that I need to check my mental health because I'm so arrogant or whatever it is that you feel that I am, one thing I'm not is arrogant, but I'm very confident in who I am. And I've been through a lot to get to where I am today to be confident. And one thing I will never let anybody do is make me feel like I'm less than or I'm not good enough. And me walking in my truth and being confident in who I am should not make you feel any type of way. But I feel like you feel like I think that I'm better than you because I can always show up authentically as me. Every video I do doesn't have to have a filter. You are never transparent about who you are. And because I am, it's a problem. I think you need to have your mental health checked because I think that's very telling about who you are. I stand in solidarity with anyone that needs it. And the fact that, oh, Nina is now pro-Black, I've always been pro-Black. I've always spoke out about the Black experience. I've always spoken out about who I am. And the fact that it's wrong for me to speak about how things affect my life is absolutely insane. But you know what? You're blocked. But I know who this is for. I know somebody will send it to you. But don't ever come for me unless I send for you. And I mean that. And one thing you can't do, where you feel like I need to humble myself, I can walk in my truth and be confident about it. Maybe you need to learn that too. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for a little bit of Black history. Now, this one is very near and dear to my heart. Madam C.J. Walker. As you all know, I love the beauty industry, and Madam C.J. Walker is a pioneer in the beauty industry, especially a staple in the Black community. My mom told me about Madam C.J. Walker when I was very young because she said she always knew that I was going to be into beauty. She said one day I said that I wanted to straighten my hair out, and she wouldn't let me get a relaxer. She said I went into the bathroom with a fork and some Crisco. She said I kept sneaking and putting the fork on the fire and would go into the bathroom and press my hair out. She said from that day on, she knew that I was going to be in the beauty industry. Oddly, I graduated from an HBCU. I went to law school, dropped out, and it's just ironic that the beauty industry has always been very, very significant to me. One of the things I love about the beauty industry is that the confidence that I was able to share with other women. And that's the one thing I probably miss about working in the beauty industry is being able to touch people every day and give them the confidence or just the boost that they needed. But I guess I'm doing it in a different way, right? But anyway, let's talk about Madam C.J. Walker.
Madam C.J. Walker, born Sarah Breedlove, was an African-American entrepreneur, philanthropist, and a pioneer of Black hair care. She is recognized as one of the first American women to become a self-made millionaire. Her success in the beauty industry not only paved the way for Black women in business, but also had a significant impact on African-American economic empowerment and philanthropy. Born on a Louisiana plantation to former slaves, Walker transformed from a laundress earning barely $1 a day to a leading beauty entrepreneur. Her own experiences with hair loss led her to develop and market a line of hair care products specifically for African-American women. In 1905, Walker began developing her hair care formula and over the next several years built a business empire. She established Madam C.J. Walker Laboratories and trained thousands of Walker agents in the Walker method of hair care, creating a network of licensed sale agents who helped spread her brand across the United States and the Caribbean. Walker was deeply committed to the African-American community. She used her wealth to fund scholarships for women at the Tuskegee Institute and donate large sums to the NAACP, the Black YMCA, and other organizations dedicated to fighting racial discrimination in improving social and economic status of African Americans. Walker's legacy extended beyond her entrepreneurial success. She was a role model for African American women, demonstrating the power of self-reliance and economic independence. She also played a significant role in the Harlem Renaissance, supporting artists and writers and advocating for civil rights. Madam C.J. Walker's contributions to American society have been recognized through various honors, including her introduction into the National Women's Hall of Fame and the National Business Hall of Fame. Her life and achievements continue to inspire entrepreneurs and activists around the world. Madam C.J. Walker's story is a remarkable example of how perseverance, innovation, and a commitment to community can lead to extraordinary achievements. Her impact on African American history, particularly in the realms of business and philanthropy, remains influential to this day.
Madam C.J. Walker is always going to be someone that I highly respect, and she has paved the road on which I walk. And I think it's really cool that she was the first female millionaire. That I think is like really touching. So I think even as women on a whole, that is something that we should all pride, just because she was able to do it. But this is my Black History Month segment for today. I hope you all are having a really good day. I am. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye for now.